Hulk Hogan has passed away at age 71, according to media reports. And of all the celebrities who got mega famous back in the 1980s, Hulk Hogan's career is the one that is probably the hardest to explain to Gen Z or anybody who wasn't there at the time. I mean, obviously there are still hugely famous pro wrestlers. The Rock and John Cena both became Hollywood superstars. But Hulk Hogan was in a unique category, and only a handful of athletes in all of history can claim this, which is that he made his sport popular. I mean, pro wrestling had been around forever, but it was in the 1980s that it experienced a massive national and international boom. See, pro wrestling had always been a regional sport, but with the rise of cable TV and the WWF and WrestleMania, pro wrestling became an absolute phenomenon, and Hulk Hogan was the face of it. And if you were not around in the 1980s, it is impossible to convey how huge this man was. It was just a totally different media landscape back then. But in most parts of the world, if you took the most famous baseball player, football player, and basketball player and had them walk down the street with Hulk Hogan, if he was dressed as Hulk Hogan, he is the one that would get mobbed by fans. With the difference being that obviously he won in his sport because it was scripted. Hulk Hogan was the greatest wrestler of all time because Vince McMahon decided that he would be the greatest wrestler of all time. And he did that because the fans just went wild for him, and I don't know if kids watching the old clips would understand why. He was never considered the best wrestler in terms of doing the most amazing technical acrobatic moves. His matches were incredibly formulaic. He would do this thing where he would take on some other wrestler who had been built up as just an unstoppable force. Then the Hulk would get beaten up. It would look like he was on the verge of losing. But then his fans, the Hulkamaniacs, would start cheering for him, and it was part of his lore that the energy from the fans would revive him. So his move was that he would just stop selling the punches from the other guy. He would just act like they didn't hurt because he obviously was not actually being punched. Then he would defeat the other guy with one of his two unremarkable special moves, and as a 12-year-old kid, that was the most amazing thing you'd ever seen in your life. His later career would be mired in controversy, and just his lawsuit against the website Gawker is worthy of an entire documentary all its own. And no matter how history will remember him, I can say one thing for certain. No one else will ever have Hulk Hogan's career. It's not possible.